Hey guys, it's me, Catherine. Welcome back to my channel. I just want to thank you so much for tuning into this video with me. Today is day 19 of my 29 days of soulfulness journey that I'm taking with you guys. And basically, 29 days of soulfulness is just basically me giving you guys my soul, or being transparent with you for 29 days. I'll be 29 in about a week and a half on April 3rd, and I just want to do something fun and encouraging for 29 days where I want to give myself a gift. um, and it's like kind of like a two-part thing. I'm giving you guys this, and then my t-shirt line will actually be launching on the 3rd of April, so I'm so excited. So today, on day 19, we're going to be talking about fighting for God while dealing with family members. um, Fighting for God while dealing with family members is one of the hardest things that I had to deal with when I first came back. It was difficult. It was because everybody didn't understand it. Everybody wasn't trying to get on board with it. And it wasn't that I was trying to force people into doing it. It's just that when people see you doing something outside of the norm, something out of the norm of what they're used to, of being comfortable or being settling or not going further than where they have, or you're going further than where they have, or you're going further than where they have been, it becomes an issue. And you 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 become the the talk of the night or whatever. And it's just it's it kind of leaves you, because you have to learn how to withdraw yourself. And for me, I had to learn to withdraw myself because it really bothered me that, ones that I was close with, we pulled apart. And I understood why God was doing it, because he was taking me to a different place, and there were certain things that I couldn't do anymore, and there's certain things that I couldn't hear anymore. um I remember I had one of my family members tell me, they said that, it's good that you go to church, that's really good, but you don't have to go every Sunday. And for me, that hurt my heart. Like, that tore me up, because that person that told me that was somebody that I looked up to really. Like, I really looked up to them. And it hurt me, because it's like, how do you tell somebody that's trying to get on the right path that they don't have to go every Sunday? That they don't have to put as much time in that? And it bothered me to where God had to deal with me about that, because it's like, I was like, God, why am I getting all this backlash for chasing after you and for following after you? And why do I feel as though I'm alone, or why do it feel as though I'm being isolated from my family? And anybody that knows me knows that I love family. Oh, I'm so family oriented. I always want to do things with my family, but I have to understand that not everybody is not going to want to walk this walk. Not everybody is going to want to have the talk about God, or do certain things, because they're still comfortable in doing what it is that they're doing. They're still comfortable in their ways and their walks, and pleasing their flesh or whatever. And he had to get me to a place to where I had to really understand and comprehend what it was he was doing, and how to deal with the fact that I had family members who were like really making me feel bad for, or were trying to make me feel a certain way for chasing after God the way that I chase after him, and for, not allowing people to do certain things in my presence, or not to do certain things in my home. And it was just, I think it's more of a maturing stage, it's more of a growing stage. Um, it's it's something that God really has to deal with me with, because like I said, I'm very family oriented. I love my family, and God just got me to a place to where I was okay, to where it'll roll off my shoulder. Like, if I would go around certain people, and I'm not getting invited, I used to take it as an insult. Like, dang, they're not inviting me anymore, and we're friends or we're family. But I had to understand that that's a form of respect. It's a form of respect. They know that you no longer do that, so why have you come there? And some people don't like that your light shines so bright. It really doesn't. They really don't. Some don't. Some feel as though you're trying to force them into being something that they're not ready to be. So for me, I just I lift them up in prayer and I pray to God and I ask God to keep them and to cover them and to just to help me. I'm sorry, that was my sister, but just to help me to you know love on me and to love on them from a distance and to pray and ask God that one day we'll all be able to come around and sit around with each other and it's really difficult dealing with family members, the ones that's not chasing after God or the ones that's on the fence with God, I should say. It's difficult because they look at you as though you make like you think you're better than them or something like that, and it's never that. So it's just you have to get to a place to where you have to really really pray, really really pray and ask God to remove those feelings and those emotions that you have as far as your family not wanting to be around you, or they're treating you different, or they're not inviting you certain places, or they're just telling you that you don't have to be as strong as you are in your walk in God. You don't have to do the certain things that you're doing. But I'm going to tell you to make sure that you're listening to God and make sure that you're praying. And when you're praying, make sure that you're watching as well as praying so that he could show you what it is that's going on. That yeah, I don't have to go to church every Sunday, but that's something that I choose to do. That's something that's pleasing unto my spirit, unto my soul. That helps me to heal and to get my praise on for the week that's to come. That's for me. And I don't want to ever get to a place to where I'm stagnant. So you just have to tell them and you have to stand your ground. This is what I want to do and this is what I choose to do. Either you get with it or you don't get with it. Either you love me or you don't love me. You know, in due time you'll come around. But one thing I have learned is that you don't have to invite me everywhere. You don't have to take me everywhere. But one thing I've learned is that you will respect me. And for me, when certain family get that way, or like how I had one tell me, it's okay to go to church sometimes, but you don't have to go all the time. I had to understand that they see something in me. They see something within you. When you're getting backlash like that, they're seeing your light. They're seeing your walk. They're seeing that, man, I wasn't that strong in God. Man, I didn't and I wish I would have kept going and not got in my own way and not got to a place where I was trying to please my own flesh. I wish I would have kept going and I wish I would have stayed in him like I was. To where now they see you doing it and you're surpassing a place where they once was, and it could be that they wasn't getting what they wanted right then and there, or they just gave up and they wanted to do things their way. it it's a number of those things, and you have to understand that it's not necessarily per se towards you, but it's just when people see that God in you, it's like they try to do everything to try to deter you or and try to bring you down and try to make you feel as though what it is you're doing and what it is you're chasing after and the things you stop doing, they try to make you seem as though it's somewhat wrong. But know to stand firm on what you believe. Stand firm on chasing after him. Stand firm on if you want to go to church every Sunday or Bible study or however you want to do it. Stand firm on me. You know what you need to get your soul together, to get your spirit right. You know what it is that you need. So if that's something that you need, if you need to be in there 5 days a week, then so be it. You do that. You do what it is that's pleasing unto you, not unto everybody else. Don't try to please everybody else, because once you get into that arena of trying to please everybody else, you're going to be further down, further down. And I just got to a place to where I no longer was trying to please my family. I got to a place to where I wanted to please myself, and I stood firm on it. And when I was going through that season of feeling like I was being stretch further away from certain people or stretch certain or being pulled away from my family members. It was just God telling me that I need you to shine bright. I need them to see that light in you. And although I have you here by yourself, for one, they want to see if you're going to be consistent with your walk. If you really saying, if you're really being who you say you are, they want to see your fruits. They have to see your fruits. And another thing I learned is that it's a respect thing. It's not because, oh, she's gonna be coming in here and telling us what thus say the Lord. No. For me, I would rather be respected versus being disrespected. I would rather have a world full of peace versus a world full of negativity. So I've learned that it's more so of a respect thing. And because I'm like, man, I didn't do nothing to anybody. And for a fact, without a shadow of a doubt, you have not done anything to anybody. It's just that your light shines so bright, and you have to be careful about who you allow in to your circle and into your space, because you don't want them to come in planting negative seeds anymore. You want positive seeds, because you're trying, for me, I'm trying to save my entire family. I'm trying to be that beacon of light for them to see that, yes, I still love God, and yes, I can still have fun, but I just don't. I don't drink anymore. I don't smoke anymore. I don't do any of those things. I don't club. I don't go party. I don't do those things anymore. And for me, it's more so of a respecting that they understand now that, okay, well, we know we can't do this, or this is that, but I've learned that it's not per se me, it's the God within me that people don't like, people don't care about, or people are like, oh, she thinks she's better than me. And one thing I've learned about people, and especially family members, they always have to bring up the old. Whatever it is you used to do in your past, or however you used to be in your past, when you get to a place to where you're striving for better, when you're striving to live a better life, and when you're striving to live a life that's pleasing unto God, and you're chasing after God, they will always bring up the past. I don't care what it is, or how it is, or how long it's been. They love to bring up the past. And for me, when I get in a situation like that, I'm like, yeah, we all done things. I'm not sitting here saying that I'm perfect, because I'm not perfect. I'm just a woman that's trying to get herself together, that recognizes the fact that I'm not perfect, and that recognizes the fact that I'm trying to strive to be a better person, and I'm trying to correct my wrongs when I do something wrong. I'm just trying to correct them, and I'm trying to understand and be a better person. So you just have to get to a place to where, like I said, like, you're very adamant on what it is you're doing. You're chasing after God. Don't let anybody, especially your family members, knock you off your rocker. Don't get to a place to where you're trying to please them either. You have to please you, not everybody else. So get to a place to where, when you're fighting for God and you're dealing with your family members, who can do the most? Who can help you the most? God, not family members. Because you'll have family members that's not even that will hurt you the most. You'll have friends that'll treat you better than some family. But I had to get to a place to where I had to understand that, Catherine, it's not you. It's just the God in you. People don't like to see the God in you. People, when they see you doing something that they want to do and they can't accomplish it, it's just like, ah, like, we try to make her feel bad for this or make her feel bad for that, but don't. Because you're standing up for what's right. You're believing in what is right. You're chasing after the right things, and I guarantee you, just do it. Because somebody has to break that cycle. Somebody has to. Somebody has to, and don't care what they say. Who cares? You know you haven't done anything or said anything wrong to anybody, but loved on God. That's all you've done, but loved on God. So I don't want to prolong this video too long. I just wanted to hop on here real quick and just basically let you guys know, when you're fighting for God and you're dealing with family members, pray about it. Pray about it and ask God to give you strength. Ask God to give you wisdom on how to deal with the family members. Ask God to give you strength on what to pray for so that it won't get to a point to where they're feeling like you have left them in the dark, or, you know, people love you when you're in your mess, when you're a messed up person. People love that. But when you're striving for something better, or you're striving to be a better person, it's like they don't too much care for that. They don't care for that. But when you out here acting a hot mess, and you're out here in the world, or you're out here doing things to please your flesh, and to bring you further down, and to not deal with the things that needs to be dealt with on the inside, it's like they love you then. They love you then when you are insecure and don't want to say. They love you then, but when you become a person that stands on your own 2 feet, and you're secure with who you are, and you know that you're a imperfect person, people don't like that. I don't get it. It's like it's so backwards to me. But um, yeah, just pray and ask God to help you with it. Pray and ask God to help you to learn to deal with it, and learn to, you know, understand what it is that you're going through. And if you've done something wrong, or if you said something wrong to somebody, help in your family help you to understand what it is you said wrong, and help you to acknowledge the fact that you was wrong, and go back and apologize to that person, because you are trying to be a beck in the light for that person, because you want them to get to a place to where, you know, they love God just as much as you do. You're not trying to force it on them. You're just displaying it. You're letting them see your fruits. So I hope that this is of some value to you. But I need you to go ahead and do me a favor. Go ahead and like this video, and subscribe, 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 subscribe. And if this was of any meat to you, go ahead and share this video with all your family and friends for me. I'll check you guys on my next video, day 20. Peace out.